channel. If you are new around here, hi, welcome. I'm sure you're here for the star of the show, not for me, but just a bit of housekeeping. If you are a oldie or a recent oldie, or just someone that's watched me a few times before, A, I have a lisp, which seems to be really bad tonight, and B, I fake tanned. You can did you hear that crack? That was disgusting. I fake tanned, never will again. Tell me off if I ever even talk about doing it again, although I probably will do it for my sister's wedding. But yeah, my camera is making me look so orange, and I don't even know if it's making me look so orange because I am orange. Today we're here to talk about the brand new, I get very excited about new makeup and good makeup, so yeah. We're here to talk about the Blue Blood. This is the packaging it came in. It comes in a box this time as opposed to a sleeve like blood sugar. I gotta say, it feels a bit flimsy. Flimsier than I expected for 48 Great British pounds. However, also not complaining because I'm pretty sure blood sugar was 52. Am I imagining that or am I not? Anyway, that's the box. Bye. This is the palette. You've all seen it online, so I'm not going to flarg about showing you the outer packaging and talking about how gorgeous it is and that lovely clasp. This is the innards. Again, we've all seen it online, so what I'm going to do is not fanny around too much. We're going to swatch her, and then I'm going to jump into putting this eye on here, just the eye. You know what it's like. It's kind of a tutorial on this eye, so if you do like how it came out, then it is a bit of a shoot, and if not, just you can see me applying them and how they perform. Buying process, super easy. Beauty Bay, I was waiting all day. I'm off work right now with my bad back anyway, so I was waiting around all day for it to drop. They said 6 PM and dropped it at 5 PM, but I was ready nonetheless. So yeah, that was easy. £48 came this morning, actually about, well, 1 o'clock. So way less than 24 hours later. So yeah, let's jump into swatches. I actually have not finger swatches yet. I've swatched 3 shades in my outro, so let's jump into swatches because I'm so excited. And I'm really sorry that it's now going to be on a tanned arm, but actually maybe that's more appealing to some people. My palm is white. Yeah, that's my true colour. I'm going to try and edit this process so it's not like super long like I usually do, so I'm just going to like say the name while I'm swatching it. So usually I've got like way more chat, but I just want to get through the swatches because I really want to go to bed. It's very late. Okay, first up we have Cullinan, which I'm not going to say anything. It's a metallic. Then we have Minty. Then we have Crystal Flesh. Quite fallouty in the pan and on my arm, but that is a beautiful shade, sorry. Then we have I'm Cold. Untouchable. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. Priceless. Power. Ooh. Blue Blood. Oh my gosh. Deceased. That is a metallic. All the rest were matte in between. Ice Tray. Blue Monday. Flourishing. Move on to this arm. Wealthy. Celebrity Skin. Ruined that swatch. Entitled. Ocean Ice. Cremated. And Undertaker. Holy mackerel. Okay. If any palette in the earth was made for me, friends that know me, was it not this one? I spat, that was disgusting. So there are the swatches. I want you to know it was all what you saw. I just swatched them once. I didn't try and build them up to make them look better or do any nefarious things in the background. These are just as they are. I will say a few things now upon swatching them, but this is finger swatching and completely normal. A couple of the mattes felt a wee bit more harder pressed than the others, so Untouchable, for example, and Blue Monday, which are these two here, they felt way harder pressed, and I can kind of see it now that I've swatched them. Like, I've hardly touched the embossing at all on the pans. There is some kind of chunkiness and fallout when you swatch them with your fingers. I don't care about that, and also the same thing when I picked up with my brush. There is kick up, there is fallout, like this one. Oh, if it will pick up how much like powdery it looks on top of the pan. As I say in pretty much every palette first impression, I don't care about kick up, I don't care about fallout, I don't care about anything like that as long as the palette performs nicely on my eyes. I cannot believe how beautiful those swatches were. I genuinely didn't watch Jeffree's unveiling video, because once I'd seen the pictures of the palette on Trendmood's Instagram, I didn't want to see the swatches because I knew that the colour scheme was exactly what I wanted, and I wanted to see it in person for the first time and swatch it myself. So some of those swatches have absolutely blown my mind. That deep blue Ocean Ice is disgusting. So is the one beside it, which is called Untitled. Even Deceased was beautiful, and the mint, like pastel-y greeny blues are filthy. Anyway, so without any further ado, if you want to see me put the palette into action and then hear my final thoughts, please just do keep on watching. And I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye. So I've primed my eye with concealer, and I've also applied some run-of-the-mill sellotape just to get a nice sharp line. And the first shade I'm taking is the shade Undertaker, and I'm gonna kind of sketch out my winged out cut crease, drag, makeup, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just sketching the lines of this. Doesn't have to be like super pigmented at this point, but this shade is. But yeah, keeping my eye wide open so that it's visible when my eye is wide open. This is on a tiny little nail art brush, which is why it's so ickle-fickle looking. Then I'm going in with the shade Blue Monday on a Morphe M506, and I'm going to start kind of putting that above that line and just smoking it out a little bit. And it doesn't matter what goes on below this line, because we are going to completely carve it out with concealer, so it don't matter. But I will say, it kind of just looks like I'm blending out that navy with the navy, or like with a clean brush, because there's not like a huge amount of difference between that navy and this Blue Monday shade, but in the pans they look hugely different. Using that same brush, and then going in with the shade Blue Blood, and I'm gonna run that along the top of this shade. This is like a real pastel, so it kind of covers up the depth below it, but I do go back in and like redefine things, so don't you worry. Then I'm picking up the shade Mint Tea without an extra T. And I'm putting that above this shade here. I'm going to start to see a really nice dark to lightness. That's what we call it in the industry. So now I'm just going to go back and deepen everything up using the shade Undertaker first. which is the really deep navy, just to really give me that depth back. And I'm not farting. If you hear weird noises, it's my arms sliding on my desk, so I've still got my dressing gown on. Like that. Could be farting. Could be my dressing gown. So these, what, 4 shades I've used so far, have all performed so well. Like, this feels really like blood sugar. I don't think he's like changed the formula, and you know how I feel about blood sugar. So I was honestly just expecting to really like this palette in terms of its formula, to be honest. And it does feel the same. Seeing that I haven't tried every shade yet, so who knows? Maybe every other shade that I've tried is awful. But I did. Then back in with Blue Monday. And then I'm going back in with the shade Blue Blood. Honestly, these shades are all so complementary. They blend out so easily. It's unbelievable. Like, no harsh lines whatsoever. And then just a little touch more minty. I'm going to call it minty, because it annoys me saying minty, or however it's supposed to be pronounced. Then I'm picking up the shade Cullinan. No idea how to pronounce that. And I'm putting that under my blue. My word, this is the most pigmented, like, highlight shade I've ever seen in a palette. I will say the white in the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar is the best white I've ever used, and it's in like the same place, and I don't think that's like a coincidence. Like, he is so good at these like light shades. So now I'm going to take the P. Louise base. This is in the shade 02. And I'm going to use this to carve out my desired shape, which will require a lot of attention to match the other side. That's why, oh, these looks are so much stress. And I'll also use it to just completely fill in the center, just so our shadows are popping. I'm gonna have to go off camera and like really refine this, but just so you get the general gist of what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm at the point where if this even remotely matches, I will be happy. So let's proceed. So I'm going in with the shade Ice Cold. Nope, it's I'm Cold. And I'm putting this at the very front of my eye. And actually at the very, very, very front, I'm going to go with a bit of the shade Minty. Just because I actually did use this shade on the other side and then covered it with I'm Cold, but clearly there is a bit of a difference between them. So I think I need to add this shade in at the front. Next I'm picking up the shade Untitled. And I'm going to put this on the center, and my word, this is the most beautiful shade. I mean, there's definitely a couple greens in this palette, and this is more green to me than blue, but I'm not complaining because it's gorgeous. just taking a little pinch of blue blood, just where that like metallic green meets the front of the mat. Just try and blend it a little bit. And then I'm just taking a little bit of glitter glue. This is the ABH glitter adhesive, just because the next shade is so like chunky in the pan that I felt like I needed to go with glitter glue, and I think I was probably right. I've just got it on this brush, so I'm just gonna paint it on this back end. And then of course we're going in with the shade Ocean Ice. And this is going through, yeah, the whole back of the eye. This colour is mind-blowingly beautiful. And I'm just picking up a pinch more Untitled, just to drag into that blue and just kind of melt them together a bit better. There's quite a difference in the colours. Except I'm taking Jawbreaker liquid lipstick and I'm going to use this as a liner. That does feel good. I mean, they kind of match, don't they? Kind of. Huh? Kind of? Huh? Kind of? Huh? So this next step is purely optional, but I'm taking Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Distortion. It's my favourite, and I'm going to run that along my like cut crease. I think it just helps give a bit of definition because I wanted to put it on as glitter. Give me a break. And then we'll be back for the lower lash line and then the inner corner. So in my waterline, I'm going in with the Milani waterproof eyeliner and Keep On Sapphire. Oh, would you look at that? It's gorgeous. Won't come off either. Right, I need to put a little bit more of Zippy Louise, just kind of underneath here, just to help the shadows stick. So going in with the shade Blue Monday all the way along the lower lash line. I really like this colour. I do feel like it looks a lot darker applied than it does in the pan. Kind of looks like a bright deep blue in the pan, but on the eye it's definitely a pinch darker. Then a pinch of Undertaker straight under the lashes just to deepen that area up. What was that? Voila, so that is just that shade there. And I'm going to blend it out with a little bit of Blue Blood. I just can't get over how complementary these tones are, because you can really tell when it just blends out another shade perfectly. And then for the inner corner, more of the shade Cullinan. Look how bright that shade is. Literally no Photoshop needed. I'm gonna whip on a lash and then come back with all of the rest of my makeup finished because my face looks like poo, and then I'll show you the finished look and give you my final thoughts. The lashes, by the way, I'm gonna use are XO Beauty, the Rebels, because they're now available on We Love Lashes. Can't believe I can now support my favourite YouTuber like financially, and I know she doesn't need my financial support, but I will buy anything she sells, so I go, okay, bye, back in a second. So this, of course, is the finished makeup look. I've used my darkest foundation and powder, and my face still looks way lighter than my body. But that's not even a shock around here. So I want to give my final thoughts on the palette, because that's what we do in outros, and yes, I bit my tongue and tried to pretend I didn't. I have only merely scratched the surface of this palette. I am so excited for what this week coming is going to bring, because I'm going to play with this so much more. You're going to get at least one more tutorial within a week, possibly two within 2 weeks, who knows. I know a lot of people will have spent a lot of money on this palette like I did, so I feel it is my duty to give tutorials on the palette. Yeah, I mean, I only used 8 shades in this palette. The 8 shades I used, bellissima, in an Italian accent. Can't edit that in, can I? No. Yeah, so excited, much. Would recommend this palette. However, it's obviously out of stock now. It was in stock until like 8 o'clock or something last night, so it was around for a while on Beauty Bay, but it's now gone. It will be restocked. I'm not sure how quickly though, because they were really slow to restock Blood Sugar, which was a big shame, and a lot of people still keep missing out on that somehow. But this palette, yes, I am loving it. Obviously it's my first time playing with it, but loving how my eyes came out. That green colour, the shade, I find out, Entitled, is probably my favourite shade in the whole palette, because it's that kind of like blue-green turquoise mix. I want to do a whole look with just this colour. I want to do a whole look just with Ocean Ice, and I want to do a whole look with Blue Monday. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I've actually finger swatched them. It's crazy. This palette was literally made for me. If you guys are new around here, then blue is one of my favourite colours to put on my peepers. So I'm going to call it a night now. It is very late at night because I need to now edit this video and get it up for tomorrow evening, which will be Sunday. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't let my terrible tan put you off my channel if it's your first time here. I have not tanned in about 10 years, and after this probably will never again. Don't know what came over me and ignore it. So make sure to let me know down below if you do want more looks using this palette. I'm sure more will come regardless, because it's my channel and I like blue. So if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Really, really, really helps me out. Also subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be lovely to be as part of this small but fun and happy and bold-eyed community here on YouTube. And let me comment, because I reply to all of my comments, and I really, really hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye.